On June 12th, the Baltimore Police Department (BPD) released video footage of a shooting that occurred on May 24, 2024, in the 3400 block of S. Hanover Street. Officers were patrolling the area when they identified a person of interest and approached him for questioning. During the interaction, the man, later identified as 39-year-old Anthony Ferguson, suddenly stood up and pointed a gun at the officers. Despite multiple verbal commands to drop the weapon, Ferguson refused to comply, leading to an exchange of gunfire. Both Ferguson and one officer were struck and transported to a nearby hospital. Ferguson was pronounced dead shortly after, while the officer sustained non-life-threatening injuries. On May 18, 2024, around 10:48 p.m., a 22-year-old male was walking on the 5400 block of Baltimore Avenue when four individuals got out of their vehicle and shot at him with handguns. The victim was hit multiple times and succumbed to his injuries. The perpetrators were driving a dark gray 2018 Mercedes S560 with dark tinted windows and silver trim lines along the lower sections of the driver and passenger side doors. Between Monday, May 27th and Friday, May 30th, a group of young black males has been breaking into vehicles parked around 30th and Clearfield and stealing items from them. These thefts occur between 10 p.m. and 1:30 a.m. The offenders are using two different types of black sedans. In all 5 incidents, the thieves have also taken a firearm from each vehicle. On July 21, 2024, at 6 p.m. at 6901 Stenton Ave, the complainant reported being threatened with a gun by an unknown black female. The complainant described how, while waiting in line at the Rita's Water Ice store, the unknown black female began arguing with her. The offender then drew a black handgun from her purse and threatened the complainant. Shortly afterward, the offender got into a blue Mitsubishi compact SUV and fled along Stenton AV. On April 15, 2024, at 11:50 p.m., an unidentified individual gained access to the Cliveden Apartments through an unsecured door near the main parking lot. Inside the complex, the suspect shot a 16-year-old male several times in a first-floor apartment, leaving him in critical condition. The suspect then escaped as a passenger in a black sedan, which turned right onto Musgrave Street from Cliveden Street at 11:51 p.m. On August 9th, the Baltimore Police Department released video footage of a police-involved shooting that occurred on the unit block of North Stricker Street on August 5th. According to a press release from the Maryland Office of the Attorney General, the suspect, who was a juvenile, was pronounced dead at the scene. The Independent Investigations Division of the Attorney General's Office is currently investigating the incident. Western District detectives are looking to identify several persons of interest and one suspect connected to a non-fatal shooting that took place on February 15, 2024, at approximately 7:15 p.m. on the 500 block of Dolphin Street. Surveillance video shows the suspect conversing with some of the persons of interest inside a nearby store before the incident occurred. On December 30, 2023, at around 9:15 a.m., Southwest District Patrol officers were responding to a burglary call when they saw a naked man standing on the corner of the 2000 block of West Pratt Street. The man entered a convenience store, prompting the officers to park their vehicle and investigate. Inside the store, an employee told them that the man, later identified as 37-year-old Russam Gebrtsadik, had gone to the rear of the building and up to the second floor. The officers went to the rear of the building and tried to communicate with Gebrtsadik, but he started throwing items at them. They called for backup and obtained a ballistic shield. The officers then ascended several flights of stairs and checked multiple rooms to find Gebrtsadik. On the third floor, Gebrtsadik emerged from behind a door holding a combat knife and a machete, advancing toward the officers. In response, one officer fired his weapon 5 times, hitting Gebrtsadik once in the leg. The officer involved has been identified as Officer James Stokes, a 9-year veteran of the Baltimore Police Department. The Special Investigation Response Team SIRT is continuing to investigate the incident. Detectives from the Western District are seeking assistance in identifying two male juvenile suspects involved in an armed robbery that took place on October 29, 2023, at approximately 3 p.m. on the 100 block of Mosher Street. The two juveniles, dressed in all black and wearing ski masks, are seen exiting their vehicle and approaching the victim in his car. One of the suspects demands the car keys, and when the victim reaches for his waistband, he flees. While one suspect chased the victim, the other entered the car and stole money and credit cards. A suspect sought in connection with the fatal shooting that occurred on May 28 at 5470 Braes Valley Drive has been apprehended. Jamal Xavierus Carroll, 19, faces a murder charge in the 208th State District Court. The Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying 3 persons of interest related to a theft-stolen auto case that took place on the unit block of Galveston Place, SW, on Friday, July 26, 2024, around 6:14 p.m. The individuals were recorded by a nearby surveillance camera.